So currently we're all trying to work from home, but fortunately a lot of the resources that were newest at the library are available online, especially our journals and some legal materials and many other things. They have actually always been available online and available off campus. In this video, we'll be talking about legal and business resources for fashion merchandising, and that'll be mainly focusing on EBSCO, Nexus Uni, and USAGOV. It's important to start at the library homepage, which is library.mercyhurst.edu. This ensures that you'll be logged in correctly and using our paid subscription links, so you can avoid paywalls. Let's start with the Search Everything box on the homepage. This searches many databases all at once and gives you access to a variety of material types. I'll start with full text selected, so that we'll be looking at things that are available to see right now, rather than things we have to go find somewhere else. Let's try searching for Adidas stripes. And that search brings us about 5,700 something resources of various types. And we can also narrow things down by date if you wish. So maybe I only want things from, say, the past 15 years. I can tell it to do that. I can also say I want scholarly peer-reviewed journals if I want, although doing so will also remove the magazines and ebooks because those aren't scholarly peer-reviewed journals, but if you want those, you can still click down here to see those. But I'm going to say I want scholarly peer-reviewed. We have about 197 resources here. I can ask it to sort by subject. These subject terms are typically put on the article by a human who read it, so that means that you'll be getting articles that are much more likely to be about the thing you asked for, rather than just mentioning the word somewhere. So after I've gone and selected the subject terms I want, I can update that. And now we only have 60 results, but they're ones that are much more likely to be dealing with Adidas and its logo and trademark disputes. So let's say I wanted to look at this one in the journal brand management. I can just click its title, and it'll give me some more information about the article, including the abstract, which is a summary of it. And I can click on PDF full text to go ahead and read the whole thing. You can also download the entire file so that you can view it any time without having to go online to get it. There's also some useful tools here on the right where you can get some pre-made citations for the item to put into your Works Cited page, and we also have export to bibliographic management software options, so if you're using something like EndNote or Zotero or Mendeley, you can use a file like this to build your citation. You can email the article to yourself, which is a way of being able to save it for later. And you can also use a permalink to get a link that always points to this particular record. And that's a way of being able to save it for later, but also a way to share this article with other people. Like if you're working in a group online and you just post this in Blackboard, other students should be able to touch that link and open it up. Like you can't just copy and paste what's in the address bar of the browser because that's kind of a temporary URL and it stops working after a while, but this never does. Right. These two are full text finder links, which means that the database thinks that it might be able to find that article in one of our other databases, and it's going to try to link to it. Now sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. If something goes wrong and you can't find the article where it says the article should be, let us know and we'll try to fix that for you. Sometimes it's just a little glitch that only takes a little bit of time to fix, so don't be discouraged if this doesn't work. It just might be a matter of looking somewhere else to get it. But let's see if this here link actually works. And it says it's in Lexis Advanced, which is actually Nexus Uni, one of our databases. And it looks like it's found the article, and it's a legal resource. Which is not a surprise, because Nexus Uni is our best resource for law, and one of our best resources for business as well. So maybe we should go take a closer look at Nexus Uni, which you can enter directly through the library website. You can find Nexus Uni under Find, Databases A to Z, and under N. Nexus Uni is a personal favorite database of mine because it contains so much information and many different types of information. It has legal information, business information, news resources, and much more. To begin a search, you can do a general search up here. Here in the center, you can do a quick guided search if you are aware of the sort of thing that you are looking for. Like, let's say you're looking for cases, you can just click cases. Or if you just want some law reviews, you can click law reviews. Or just news, you can click news. Or open up this caret to see different kinds of resources that you can look for. For example, here I'll try searching some legal content for Zara, which is a fashion brand that is known to maybe steal intellectual property from independent creators online. So let's try that search. And I see that we have some law reviews that mention that. Let's try looking at this law review. This is the Drexel Law Review, which is made here in Pennsylvania, and we can view its full text here. It also highlights our search terms. And one of the common characteristics of law reviews is a very long works cited page. And this is a way in which you can find more information about the subject. For example, here is a reference to a law journal article, "The Devil Wears Fraud." So if I click on that, we'll see if it's in Nexus Uni, and it is. You can also find links to cases and laws, like this piece of the US Code. And this appears to be about copyright. It's also totally fine to just go ahead and do a general search right away, and then filter your results using the left-hand menus. For instance, I can narrow it down by date or search within the results, or look for a particular type of publication. Like, let's say I wanted news transcripts. At the top, I can also sort things by date if I like. And here I can get some information on a company's third quarter earnings. This article is a transcript of a conference call with executives at a Cena retail group. That makes it a business resource. And Nexus Uni has quite a lot of business resources, but we also have a special way to get to those resources. If you look under menu up here, there's a link to something here called Company Dossier. In Nexus Dossier, you can search for information on companies that are publicly traded and private companies too. Let's try looking for Nike. I'll go ahead and choose this one at the top. I believe that's the Nike we're looking for. And it gives us some general information about this company, where it's located, their financial information. We also have some classification codes, our SIC code and NASIX code, which you can use to do research on whole industries, if you like. You can get other types of information on this menu at the left, including some automatic searches for current news about the company, maybe some recent cases. And there is a section here for intellectual property. Unfortunately, that part is not working properly at this time. Under normal circumstances, we would see a listing of trademarks that Nike has filed, which they should have here, but they're unfortunately not appearing. And I've contacted LexisNexis to let them know about this, and they say that it actually is an error that they are working on fixing. So I apologize for that, and I'll let you know if the situation improves. Nexus Dossier also has a unique ability to create company lists. And you can create lists based on different criteria, like geography or the size of the company or something similar. In this case, I'm going to try using a NASIX code I got from the Nike article we were looking at earlier. So by putting that code in there and doing a search, I can get a listing of companies that are similar to Nike and are in competition with them. And that can give you a sort of picture of what the industry is like. In this case, the sporting and athletic goods manufacturing industry. And lastly, I'd like to tell you about one of the free resources that we have in our databases list. And the free resources are ones that are denoted by these planet icons. USA.gov, or USA.gov, is a government search portal that searches state, local, and federal government information. You probably won't find full text of cases here, but you can find original legislation the way that it was when it was issued by the government, and that makes it primary law. For For example, when we were looking around Nexus Uni earlier, I copied down this citation. This is a citation to a specific resource in Nexus Uni, which exists to explicate this law, but it is not the original law or the primary law. So instead, if I paste that into USA.gov and I search for USC, which stands for United States Code, I can search for that, and it brings up the original copy of the US Code. If I do a search for fashion trademark, I then get some articles from copyright.gov, as well as the trademark database. This is part of the United States Patent and Trademark Office, or Patent and Trademark Office. We can search the database to see some trademarks that have been filed. There are different ways of searching in tests, but I'll go ahead and search the basic. For example, let's do a search on current trademarks for Dickies. Not every entry is going to have a picture, but it's very helpful when there is a graphics supplied, and the rest of the entry explains the dates of that copyrighted trademark, what it's used for, who you can contact about it, and other such information. And finally, that brings us to the end of the video. If you need any help searching Nexus Uni, the Search Everything box, USA.gov, or any of our other resources, do feel free to contact us using the Distance Request for Library Assistance box here, or go to Contact the Library and you can contact me directly at kniemla@mercyhurst.edu. Thanks a lot for listening, and best of luck in your research.